Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing my 2020/2021 Premier League predictions. So yeah, let's get right into it. I'm going to start from 20th, work my way up to the top to see who wins the Premier League, and we'll see in like 10 months time if I got them right. So yeah, let's just start with 20th place. So in 20th place, I'm coming up in last place. I've put Fulham, newly promoted, won the playoffs, but I think they'll be going back down instantly. I don't think they'll win a lot of matches. Haven't made that many transfers. Not that good. Barely got through. Brentford kind of choked at the end of that playoff. I was watching the whole thing and I was very sad to see Brentford lose. But they did do well. The left back or right back, whoever it was, Brian, whoever, played well in that playoff. He's looking good, pretty good player, and I think he will do well. But I don't think it'll be enough to keep them in the Prem for that long. And even if they do not end up in last place, they won't get out of the relegation zone. Probably 19th, 18th at a push, but that's it. Not that much more. Not that good of a team, and yeah, Fulham in last place. So next up in 19th place, I've put another team which just got promoted, but this is West Brom Albion. So West Brom, again, pretty good team, but almost got put into the playoffs, but I think they probably would have ended up winning if Brentford hadn't choked yet again. If Brentford were in the Prem right now, I'm pretty sure they would come last or anything, or choked like last second and finished like 17th. But yeah, West Brom, let's talk about West Brom. Again, not pretty good team though. Did well in the Championship, challenged Leeds for a long time, but couldn't like keep it up till the end. But like, were ahead by quite a lot, I think, or I'm not sure. But yeah, West Brom, pretty good team, but I don't think they're like Premier League material, like good enough to stay up yet. But I think another season in the Championship would be good for them, just to build up their confidence after getting, and just be able to like get more money, sign some more players. I think that will help them and boost their confidence, so when they do eventually come back up, which I think will happen if they get brought back down, they'll be back by like 2023 or something. But West Brom, again, newly promoted team, don't think they'll stay up. But yeah, in 19th place I've put West Brom. So next up, and the last team which I think is going to get relegated, is Crystal Palace. And Crystal Palace, I know, is a bit of a controversial choice. Some people say that they might just stay up, but I don't think so. I think if they lose Zaha, it will probably be over for them. He's their best player, and without them, they could be in for a bad season. But yeah, I think they will get relegated, but I think they will be back up eventually by the end. So Crystal Palace is a team, I don't think that they did well last season, but that was mainly because of Zaha and how well we played. But if he does go, then it could be bad for them, and they could end up going back down. It will be close to, I think the relegation battle this season will be a tough one, and will be close like it was last season. And it'll be interesting to see how the newly relegated teams go about in the Championship, so like Watford and Bournemouth and Norwich. It'll be good to see how they come up against like the top Championship teams which are still in there, like Brentford and stuff. But yeah, last relegated team, Crystal Palace, could be in a bit of trouble if they lose Zaha, but you never know. But yeah, that's it. That's it for the relegation teams, and we'll move on to the ones just escaping relegation now. So next up, and just escaping relegation, so in 17th place, I've put Aston Villa, who most people probably put at the back of their predictions, so in like 20th place or something. But I think I like Aston Villa. They're a pretty good team. Got very lucky last season with the VAR and everything to stay in. But I think they will be able to like secure it this season without any like controversy or like luck. But it will be close. So probably be like a couple of points in it. But again, Aston Villa have made some signings, some pretty decent ones for their budget, which they do have. So it's not like they can sign like Aguero or anyone, but still have done pretty well with the money they have. Hopefully it pays off for them and the manager can do well. And I think it will help if people are back in the stadiums, because I think some of these lower teams really like need their fans to support them, because they do end up having like tough times after going on like 5-game losing streaks or something. So if the fans do come back, it will be pretty good for them. But again, I think they will escape relegation. I like Aston Villa, but yeah, they're in 17th place. So next up in 16th place, another team which just got promoted, the last team which just got promoted, and the only one that I think will actually stay up is Leeds. But I don't think, I know I've seen some other prediction videos on YouTube, and some of them predict them to be like 14th or something, a bit higher up, but I don't think they'll do that well. But they are a good team. They did very well in the championship, finally got up after so long. But yeah, Leeds, pretty good team, pretty good transfers for them. Should be a good season this for like the bottom teams, should be, because I think they are very close together and the budgets are close together as well. So it will be very good to see what happens in this, but I think Leeds will stay up, do better than Aston Villa. A lot of the teams that are below them probably go clear of like relegation. Don't think they'll be in that battle for that long. I think it will just be those four that will be battling it out for relegation. But yeah, Leeds ahead of Aston Villa, and yeah, that's it. So next up, move on to the top 15, the teams which I think will just go clear of like the relegation battle and do well. There might be a scare here and there, but yeah, in 15th place I've put West Ham United, who had a major scare last season where they were fighting to stay up for a bit, but they did do well to come back from it, stayed up, did pretty well. And yeah, West Ham's a pretty good team. In London based, it'll be good to see them in the derbies against like Chelsea and Arsenal and all that. It'll be pretty good. But yeah, that's it. West Ham, not much more to say about them. Did pretty well last season, kind of, not really. But yeah, West Ham in 15th. So next up we have Brighton and Hove Albion, who I think will go 14th. The last season coming 15th. They'll do one better than this, I'm predicting. Made some pretty good transfers this season. Should overcome West Ham. They did last season. Will be pretty good for them. But yeah, Brighton, good transfers. Don't really know a lot about like all these lower mid-table teams, so I can't really say much about them. So this is why it's a bit short. But once we get to the top, I think I will be able to give more insight, and my opinions will be a bit more relevant. But yeah, Brighton, not much more to say. I don't really know anything about them. Bit dead, don't really care about them. But yeah, Brighton ahead of West Ham in 14th. So the next team we have is a team which did very well last season, almost got Europa League but kind of bottled it at the end, and that is Sheffield United, who I've predicted ahead of Brighton and West Ham in 13th place. I think they will do pretty well, and I think it is going to be a good season for them, but not as good as it was last season. They started off very well last season, but literally ahead of Man United, Arsenal and Tottenham and all that last season in like 6th place, which is pretty good. So, but I don't think it will be the same this season. I think they will drop back down, but you never know. They could bring it back up and do good for themselves. Made some good signings here and there, but yeah, pretty good for them. Next up we have Southampton FC ahead of Sheffield United. Danny Ings played a major role in that team's success last season. It'll be pretty good to see what they do. I think they'll do one lower than last season, because their transfers haven't been that good. I don't really recognise any of the names, but that's because my football knowledge is pretty bad anyway in general, apart from like the top 4 teams. But yeah, Southampton, Danny Ings will do well. I think he will be like the major player in that. He's experienced, he's good on the ball, and he scores a lot of goals, which is all you need, kind of. But yeah, I think other teams are gonna top them this season. But yeah, that's it. Next, Everton's up next. Should be a pretty good team for them. Should be a pretty good season for them. Last season finished 12th. I think they'll top Southampton this time. Last season Southampton topped Everton, but I think Everton have made some better transfers, have got some better players in them, and I think they will do well. They should be challenging for top 10, but I think they will just miss out on it. But I think over the coming season they will be back up to where they will be back up to like the top 10. But yeah, Everton again, not much more to say about them. Don't really know a lot about them. I know these predictions are really based on like last season and what I've seen, and not like long run or any of the players' knowledge, but I don't really care. But yeah, in 11th place I've put Everton. So moving on into the top 10, finally made it to the top 10. This took a while, but Top 10 I've put in 10th place, I've put Burnley. Burnley, I love Burnley. My second favourite team in the Prem after Man United. They should be winning the league, but I think they will come 10th. Last season they came top 10 as well. I think they'll stay where they are. Literally missed out on 9th over just on goal difference to Sheffield United, but I think they will do well. Could be pushing 9th, 8th, but I think in the coming season they should get Europa League qualification. Again, some good players in their squad, good squad depth, good transfers. Got a nice amount of money for them, so they could do well. If they do well at the start of the season, the winter transfer window could be big for them. But yeah, love Burnley. I really want to see them in Europa League or in, like, Europe in general. But yeah, Burnley in 10th. So next up in 9th place, this is a bit of a controversial choice, seeing as the Saudi takeover kind of failed for them, but we have Newcastle. Even though, yeah, the takeover did fail and they just did back out, I think they still will do well, do better than 13th anyway. But I think this whole mid-table is going to be close. I think it's going to get close as the seasons go by, as the teams get close together and get better as a whole. But yeah, Newcastle, I think they will do much better than they did last season. Kind of morale went low at the end when they found out that the takeover failed, but I think they'll get over it, do well, come 9th, and they can move from there and get into the Europa League eventually at some point. But yeah, that's it for the top 10. We'll move on to like the Europa League and Champions League positions now. But yeah, next up we have in 7th place we have Leicester City, who I've put to drop down majorly, just because I don't think they'll do that well. This could be a really bad choice. They could end up coming like 5th or something like they did last season, or could even challenge for top 4. But again, I don't see them doing that well, not really. They got kind of lucky last season and did drop back majorly. They were literally clear in 3rd place for a bit. Were literally title challengers for like 2 weeks, then just dropped down and missed out on Champions League. But yeah, I think they will continue that bad run of form which they have been having for which they have been having since like the end of last season, and drop down to like 7th or whatever it is, to like 8th. I mean, yeah, I know 3 places down, but I think the other teams like Arsenal, who finished 8th last season, will just top them, and Tottenham, because they've used their money to like good use. But yeah, Leicester in 8th place. So ahead of them in 7th place we have Wolves. I think Wolves will do incredibly well this season. Finish where they did last season, but I think they could challenge for top 6, top 5 if they can. Some good signings. I really like Wolves, and it's another team that I like and I want to do well in. Unless it's against Man United, then I just want them to lose like 10-0 if they can. But yeah, Wolves next up in 7th place. In 7th place, yeah. Again, pretty good team. Really like them. Should be looking to like beat these top teams, and shouldn't be challenging and like causing a bit of stress to like Liverpool, Man City and Man United and all them. Like the top 4 teams should be like giving them a bit of scares when they do play against them. But yeah, 7th place Wolves, same as they did last season, and that's it. Now moving on to the top 6, all the big 6s in here I've put in. I think we'll all just go back together, but I think there will be a bit of a gap between like 6th, 5th and then the top 4. And in 6th place I've put Tottenham. Tottenham I think will finish behind Arsenal this season, just because Arsenal has Aubameyang, who's like literally one of the best strikers in the Prem right now. But Tottenham still, I think they will do well, will be challenging Arsenal, will get Europa League and should get pretty far. But yeah, Tottenham, Mourinho is a good manager, even though he didn't go at Man United, got them 2nd, which just seems a bit unrealistic now. But you never know. Tottenham, Mourinho is good, the players are good, Son, Kane, all of them pretty good. Should be a good season for them. Should do better than they did last season, even though they did finish in the same spot. But I think they should challenge more this season for like top 4, top 3 if they can. Mourinho will do well. He is a good manager, and yeah, 6th place goes to Tottenham. So one ahead of them, like I said, we have Arsenal. Arsenal, I think, will do better, way better than they did last season. Last season they had an absolute mare of a season in 8th place. Did absolutely terrible, but did win the FA Cup against Chelsea, which I think they will carry that momentum with them through to here. Aubameyang, obviously one of the best strikers in the Prem. Lacazette, good players. Unless David Luiz completely bottles it again, I think they will have a pretty good season. We'll get into Europa League quite easily, I think, but will be pressured from Tottenham and could be challenging top 4 if they do very well and get a good start to the season, and if they use the winter transfer window well. But again, this could be a good season for Arsenal. I don't really want them to do well because I don't really like Arsenal or Tottenham for that matter. But being realistic, they will do pretty well. Will top their rivals like Wolves. But you never know. Could be another absolute horrible season for them. But yeah, I'm predicting them to be 6th, and I think to be 5th, and I think they will get it. So now moving on to the Champions League positions, 4 teams remain: Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea and Man United. Top 4, same as last season. I think it will be pretty obvious, all of them 4 points clear of 5th place. That's last season. I think it will be a bit closer this season with Arsenal and Tottenham challenging them. But yeah, in 4th place we have Chelsea. Pretty controversial. I know Andy was definitely putting them as title contenders or something, and they've made some incredible transfer windows. Probably had the best transfer window from all the teams. They got Werner, they got everyone, Thiago Silva, very good. Lampard's done well here, and so has the Chelsea board, but I don't see them doing any better than they did last season. I just don't think, and it's more like having faith in my own team, Man United, to be able to beat them. But you never know, I could just be horribly wrong. They may end up finishing 2nd or something, but top 4th is a minimum for them. They should be finishing 4th. If they don't finish 4th, then I don't know for them. Probably have to sack Lampard or something. But yeah, 4th, pretty good for them. I know I probably should have put them like 3rd or something, but I'm not going to. I have faith in Man United, and we will come 3rd. But yeah, 4th place Chelsea had an incredible transfer window. Pretty good season last season. But yeah, Chelsea in 4th. So next up, like I said, we have my team, Manchester United. I love Man United, my favourite team, and I think we will be able to hold off Chelsea and might be able to challenge for 2nd, but I don't think that's pretty realistic. Maybe in a couple of seasons or something. But at the moment, I think the top 2 are just clear of everyone else. But yeah, Man United, we've been pretty quiet in the transfer window so far. Only signed Donny van de Beek, whoever his name is, I don't really know, from Ajax. He's a very good midfielder, and I think he will bring a lot to the team. Our midfield's looking really strong with Bruno, Pogba and Don, so it should be pretty good. I think we do need to sign a defender, with Maguire being in prison or something. I don't really know what he's doing at the moment. But we have got good fullbacks. We've got Wan-Bissaka, obviously, Brandon Williams, young prospect coming up, getting more first team football the more he plays, which is pretty good to see. But Luke Shaw should be back from injury. Rashford should be back. It's looking very strong for us. Greenwood again, big youngster, quality youngster in the league, will do well, definitely. But yeah, Manchester United in 3rd will be able to hold off Chelsea, might even challenge for 2nd or something. But yeah, so now moving on to the top 2, pretty unchanged, pretty obvious guess for anyone, I think, doing predictions this season. But I think the order will be a bit different for other people. But in 2nd place, I have put Liverpool. I've put Liverpool in 2nd just for the prime reason that the players are getting pretty old, probably got some arthritis in them. The front 3, all of them 28 years old, bunch of neeks. They've got a guy with a man bun in their team, which is never a good sign. And you never know. I think they're a pretty shite team. I hope they come last, but I'm being realistic here. They probably will come 2nd. I really don't want them to win the Prem again. I don't think they will. I think Man City will do better than them, obviously. Even though I really hate Man City as well. I just hate these top 2 teams the most, as well as Fulham. But yeah, pretty old people in their team. Basically got a elderly team from a bunch of care homes to play for them. Bunch of neeks. I hate them all. they can all go fuck themselves. And yeah, Liverpool in second. So that means in first place, winning the league, as much as I hate to say it, we have Manchester City, who I think will do much better than they did last season. They had a pretty shambolic season last season, considering they did come second. I mean, finishing 100 points last season and then just dropping down majorly and not even challenging for the title anytime soon, which is a pretty bad season. But I think they will come back. Pep should do better this season. And there was almost that point where everyone thought that Messi was going to join Man City, which would have been incredible. I fully would have loved to see that. Like, imagine Kevin De Bruyne, Messi, Aguero, Sterling, all of them on the same team. That would have been incredible to see. But yeah, it didn't happen. I think it was pretty. I didn't think it was going to happen. But I did think at like one point it was going to happen when Messi was like he wants to leave, when they lost like 8-2 to Bayern. But yeah, Man City, I think even without Messi, I don't know, I'm saying like he was going to join, he wasn't going to join, but they will come first. I think they probably will end up winning the league. But I think it will be close between them and Liverpool, as much as I hate to say. I hope Man United or Chelsea or someone else, like someone new, challenges for that league, but I don't think it will happen. But yeah, those are my predictions for the next season of the Premier League. So I hope you lot enjoyed. Leave your predictions in the comments below. I'll read them definitely. And yeah, thanks for watching and bye. So I've just realised I've got the rest of this gameplay left. We actually win this match, I'm just leave it on. So yeah, enjoy the rest of this gameplay. It's a pretty good game, I'm kind of happy with it. I'm playing with Amandate by my cousin, so it's pretty good. And yeah, again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.